Mr. B, XRP here, and welcome back. It is early on Thanksgiving morning, so I'm going to keep it down a little bit. We still have people sleeping in my house, but I have a really great video for you I want to share with you. There's a new hack out there I'm going to tell you about. I'm going to do an ETF update. There's a new chart for XRP that I want to make you aware of. And there is a video going around about the October 10th flash crash of the crypto market that explains what happened in full detail. And it does not smell like a conspiracy theory. It sounds like this, he could be onto something. So I'm going to share that with you as well. So stay to the end. Let's jump into the market and then we'll jump into everything else. So extreme fear is at 22, which is much better than where we've been. We were at 15 yesterday, and last week we were as high as 11. So looking much better. Bitcoin is actually above 90,000 again, so it's at 90,490. Ethereum is at 2,990. Tether's holding comfortably at $1, and XRP is at $2.18. So let's jump into it. This first came from Coin Bureau and said, Justin, Korean exchange Upbit hacked. Another hack, guys. About $36.8 million was drained on the Solana network in an attack. Hours before Upbit disclosed the incident, blah, blah, blah. The exchange says all user losses will be fully covered from its own reserves. So they said they're going to cover it. But remember, there's no guarantee that that exchanges are going to cover losses. So, for me, one of the things on Thanksgiving I'm thankful for is my sponsor, iTrustCapital. I used to keep my crypto on two different exchanges, and I used to check my crypto balances every day just to make sure it was still there. And I also had a IRA at iTrust at the time, and I would never check my IRA account because I always knew it was going to be fine because it was in cold storage. It wasn't in a hot wallet. Nobody can hack it. Nobody can steal it. And now that I have moved so much of my digital assets to my iTrust Premium Custody account, which is a non-IRA account, I don't check it every day. I don't have to. I know it's fine. So look, if you want institutional grade custody, check out iTrustCapital. Use the link in the description of my video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And you can get a $100 funding bonus if you're a new customer. So very thankful for iTrustCapital. Peter Brandt, and Peter Brandt's been around a long time. Like, let's see, he's a futures trader. He's in the futures trader market since 1975. This guy's been around forever. Very, very conservative. And he's calling for big things in XRP coming up. He says, hey, crypto traders, don't despair. There are two coins that I think could do quite well in the months to come. The one coin, I don't even know what it is. The second one I know is XRP. Everybody's talking about it. And this is the second chart here. And he's calling for some big moves. So we hope Peter's right. Peter's conservative also. On the XRP ETF tracker, it looks like we closed out at $778 million so far on the spot XRP ETFs. And this is xrpinsights.com. If you want to track this for yourself, I really like this platform. It's easy to read. And as new XRP ETFs go live, they'll be here right on this platform, and we'll be able to keep tracking on what's going on. So that's really, really cool. Okay, Watcher Guru posted this Bitcoin price on Thanksgiving Day. I always like to tell people, look, don't focus on Bitcoin's yearly highs. Just focus on the yearly lows because it makes a really cool stair step over the years, showing you that it really has been a fantastic investment up to now over the years. This is another way of looking at it, right? So this is on Thanksgiving. So in 2010, it was 28 cents. I'm going to jump a couple of years at a time. 2012, it was $12.50. 2014 was $376. 2016, it was $739. 2018, it was $4,000. 2020, it was $18,000. 2022, it was $16,000. And if we jump to 2000, well, we look at last year, 2024 was 95,000. And as of today, when he posted this, it was 91,000. So we're tracking right along where we were last year. But I know that our yearly low this year is higher than last year, which for me is what really matters. So moving in the right direction. And look, as you're having Thanksgiving dinner with your family, friends, and neighbors, and whomever you're having Thanksgiving dinner with, and I hope everybody has a very, very happy Thanksgiving. and they start asking you about digital assets because they know that you're the digital asset guru at the table, tell them, look, if you question whether or not Bitcoin's been a good investment all these years, just take a look at the yearly lows year by year and tell me if it's been a bad investment. Because all of the advisors that have radio programs that have told their listeners to never, never, never invest in digital assets or Bitcoin, certainly when it comes to Bitcoin, they've been wrong, right? And I think they've been wrong about a lot of them, but Bitcoin is the example of, the number one. But there are people out there that have told people not to invest in Bitcoin, and they've been wrong for years. So share that with your guests. This was also posted. It says, breaking: the SEC Investor Advisory Committee is holding a meeting on December 4th to discuss tokenization of stocks, securities, real estate, and other RWAs. It's happening. So yeah, look, I mean, we're going to see. It's funny. I was having dinner with some neighbors, and one of my neighbors who's, just turned 80 asked me, well, what's going to happen, this tokenization thing? Is this going to happen over the next 20 years? And I'm like, no, it's happening right now. It's going to be happening over the next probably 5 years. You're going to see most everything get tokenized. And look, it might take a little bit longer to get everything tokenized, but the average person on Earth is going to realize things are getting tokenized in the next couple of years. It's going to be obvious to everyone, not just the people in the know. This was from Michael Saylor, and it's a short little clip, but I want you to hear. Michael Saylor is the #1 salesman for Bitcoin out there, and he's out there doing it again. So let's hear what he has to say.
Volatility was a gift to the faithful. It scares away the tourist. It scares away the lazy. It scares away the people that are already conventionally rich, that have all the money. If you're a 20-something or a 30-something and you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to spend 100 hours or 200 hours, if you have more time than money, then the volatility of Bitcoin is a gift to you. If you have more, if you have more money than time, and you're arrogant and egotistical and you just pick the obvious, then if the volatility goes away, you buy Bitcoin. If people in the rest of the world knew what I know, and they understood and they agreed with me, Bitcoin would go to $10 million tomorrow. And if Bitcoin went to $10 million tomorrow, I want you to think about how you would feel and how your viewers would feel, because you would lose 20 years of stacking opportunity during which you get to buy at less than $10 million. So the difference between $10 million and 100,000, that's what you give up if the volatility goes away and people start to agree with you.
If people knew what I knew, what does he know? Like, is he saying if people believed in it like I believe in it? Or is he saying if people knew what I know, like he knows something that the rest of us don't know? And look, maybe he does. I don't know. But boy, is he all in. But his company is looking like they're in financial trouble at this point, unless Bitcoin has a big turnaround. All right, we're going to start getting into this October 10th thing, right? So this is really big news. So first, Digital Asset Investor, he had posted this in response to Tom Lee talking about the October 10th flash crash. And DAI said there was no glitch. It was a coordinated attack, Operation Choke Point 3.0. By the way, if 1/3 of the market makers went out of business, why have we not seen one headline? Who else is upside down? I haven't heard of anything. I haven't heard of anyone. I haven't seen anyone exposed for leveraging assets that has gone out of business. And that's really odd, right? I mean, October 10th is when it happened. So I think the headline to October 10th still hasn't been written yet, because I think there are companies that have not yet been exposed to have taken major losses. All right, look, crypto Ran Man, who is actually Ran Nooner. All right, Ran Nooner is a Bitcoin maximalist. He used to have kind of a TV program that ran on the YouTube channel, but he was incredibly popular in the Bitcoin community and the crypto community for years. He used to do some really good reporting, but then he became a Bitcoin maximalist, and he was an XRP hater and all this other stuff. Push that aside for a moment. He just did the most amazing YouTube video when it comes to what happened on October 10th. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly touch on it. I don't want to use names because he uses the names of companies that I think I'm going to get flagged here on YouTube because this is a pretty heavy story. I will tell you this. He's suggesting an index company that has $18 trillion assets under management put out a message that said that any companies that hold 50% or more of their assets in crypto treasuries, they don't think that companies should be investing in them, right? And then at the same time, a very large bank here in the United States, and I'm not going to say the bank, also required its investors to have a 95% collateral on MicroStrategy, the company, that if they invested in the company MicroStrategy. Anyway, Crypto Ran goes into this. He does an absolutely wonderful job. I am going to put a link to this video in the description of my video today. I know it's Thanksgiving. You probably won't have time to watch it. It's only 20 minutes. I'm telling you, get to this video and watch it. If you don't do it today, do it another day. He does an absolutely wonderful job breaking this thing down. And if he is 50% right, and I don't think it's saying he's 50% right is saying he's a little bit pregnant. I think he's either all right or not right at all. So if he's right, I think you're going to start to see a big investigation on what actually happened. So I want you to watch that. If you can do it, look for the description in this video. I hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber yet. I appreciate everyone that's here. I'm thankful for all my subscribers and anyone that listens to me. Share my videos with anybody who you think might appreciate them. I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to do a shout out to a couple of friends out there, Jim in Hawaii and Katie in Washington State. I'm going to say hello to them and wish them a very happy Thanksgiving. This video is for entertainment, is for entertainment, educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. See you next time. Bye-bye. Crypto isn't the future. It's happening right now, but most people still don't truly understand it. I'm Nick Birafedo, creator of Blockchain Bootcamp, the fastest way to become crypto fluent in just 90 minutes. No hype, no jargon, just clear, real-world education. Choose the retail or financial advisor edition and finally understand wallets, custody, and how blockchain is transforming finance. And if you're already crypto-centric and blockchain native, it's the perfect way to help a friend, family member, or colleague learn crypto the right way. If you've got 90 minutes, I'll transport you years ahead in your crypto knowledge. Enroll today at CryptoCoachNick.com.